All right, guys, what's happening? Jason Cardamone here, and we have a very special guest today named not Chuck Norris, but Chuck Morrison. And so you guys are going to love him. He has more energy than Chuck Norris. And I just want to share with you guys, we have something really cool to talk about. This is not your typical network marketing, affiliate marketing, all that, you've probably been trying to make money online for a while. And I've been blessed to be doing that for the last 6 years full time. Haven't had to work a job and all that time, get to be home with my family. And Chuck values that very much. But we are going to talk about, and I'm going to interview Chuck around a way that he uses that you probably see it every day. You probably completely overlook this every day, but it's a gold mine sitting right in front of your nose. And so without further ado, I'm going to throw this over to Chuck. And Chuck, you want to give us 30 seconds or a couple minutes kind of background, and let's just get to know who you are a little bit.
All right, man. Jason, first and foremost, man, thanks for having me out here. Love your energy, baby. Love your style. And I'm blessed just to be here with you, man. And I say blessed because I'm here for a reason. I'm here because I'm having some success online. And just to speak to that, Jason, this isn't my first rodeo per se. I've been online now for a few years. Only once before, really, in like the traditional network marketing or affiliate marketing space. And maybe we can speak to that again. As I told you just before we started recording, ask me anything. I'm as transparent as a glass of water. So let it rip. I'm not going to hide anything, really. But yeah, I'll take you back in time real quickly here, Jason. So about 6 months ago is where I first kind of found this opportunity, and I wasn't looking. I have the benefit of having an existing online business, which is completely unrelated. And, I've got an iPhone app and various things like that. But when it comes to, kind of affiliate marketing, network marketing, work from home, and really creating an income that you can not only survive on, which is important, cover your bills, but also create a lifestyle of thriving, there's few and far between things out there that I've seen personally, right? I'm only going to speak from my experience. And where I came from, Jason, I was having okay success myself, but those around me weren't. And it was so hard. It hurt, it deeply hurt me because a lot of these people, man, they had strong work ethics, they had the right mindset, the right attitude, they were taking the right actions, but the results just weren't there. And that was hard. I know it was hard for them, and it was also hard for me as an affiliate, someone who brought them into this quote-unquote opportunity, if you will. And I felt the sense of responsibility. And by the way, that's my own issue, right? Because ultimately everyone's own results is going to come down to themselves, right? And I believe though that statistics, numbers typically don't lie, And where I was, listen, the statistics were pretty low for the average person to have success. And like I said, when I found where we are now, I wasn't necessarily looking, but the numbers were so hard to ignore, Jason. Like something like 80% of the people that had gotten started had made not only their money back, but they were in the black, making profit, not 60 days, 90 days, 120 days down the road. We're talking in some cases their first day, their first couple days, but in every case within their first 30 days. And that intrigued me because, listen, where I came from, Jason, I'm your former corporate slave, worked long hours, building someone else's dream, living someone else's dream, and I felt like I was just an android on autopilot, like a slave, and I wanted to get out of that reality for so long, and I have my own issues, procrastination, self-doubt, things that stop everybody, I guess, but when I decided to kind of make that decision to go for it, and like I said, finally had success and wanting to give back and help others, I felt like I had found a solution, but it really wasn't. So when I found where we are now with DSD, I knew immediately that this was a viable solution that could really help people. And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. So because I like to put myself as a guinea pig, and this is about e-commerce and, selling on eBay and Amazon and things like that. Jason, I had never, I may have logged into eBay probably maybe 3 or 4 times in my life. I never sold anything, and forget that. I never bought anything. So you talk about a complete newbie. I'm as green as they get when it comes to like doing anything e-commerce related online, like with eBay or Amazon or Overstock or anything like that, right? So when I first got started here, I signed up, right? I made a decision, and my decision wasn't really based upon myself. I said, I have a pretty good following, and there's a lot of people out there that were where I was, that are stuck in a job. They're not getting paid what they're worth. They never see their family. They're a slave. They live for weekends. That's not life. That's hell is what it is. And I know there's people out there looking for a solution, and oftentimes would even come to me like, Chuck, I'm down on my last dollar here. I can't take it anymore. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. What do you have to offer me? What do you suggest? Do you have any advice? And I really didn't, Jason. I mean, like I said, I have an iPhone app. That thing took over $10,000 to develop, 8 months of time and work and effort. It's not for everybody, Here, we're talking $20. And let me just say this real quick, right? Because this is important to me. Again, from where I came from. The culture here is special. And it's one where, yes, there's other training and advanced things like that. But the culture of where we are strongly suggests that one not even consider investing more than $20 until they understand, all right, what this is, so you're having success. And what do we mean by success? We mean results. We mean money in your pocket. You're in the black. Your costs are covered. Then and only then should you consider upgrading. And it's progressively weighed out in a way where your business just grows kind of naturally and organically through progression. And that's exactly what happened with me. So just to fast forward here, I started in the training, I really thought I'd be more active on the affiliate side, and the reality is I haven't sent an email out promoting this, not because I don't want to, not because the confidence isn't there, not because I don't love it, but I've been so focused on the product side, having great success as that, not promoting it as an affiliate, that I haven't needed to, if you will. And that's just so rare in this space. It's so rare. So I decided I'll be the guinea pig, no experience with eBay. Went through the training videos. It took me I'm a very slow learner, so it took me like 2.5, 3 hours. Took very diligent notes. Went back through the training again, right? And then I just started taking action. I mean, it's really paint by number. Do this, produce this. And Jason, I just followed the system. I'm about 6 months in now. I think my first month, which was the month of December, and I'll just give a disclaimer here. That's the holiday season, so it's a hot time.
Oh, yeah.
But where I am now, if I do 7 sales in a month, forget about it. It's terrible, right? But fast forward, about five and a half months later, and I just did 400 sales last month, profiting just over $6,000. Very part-time, by the way. And for me, it's special because, again, I am the guy that was completely green to all this and really was just doing it as an experiment. Completely flipped my socks up and down by now having this business where I'm more or less kind of doing this full time, and I'm doing it full time because I love it, because the results are there, because it's rewarding, it's satisfying, and like we talk about, it ultimately comes down to success and results. And I know there's a lot of people out there looking for things, trying different things, investing probably beyond their means in both time, energy, money, all of that, and not getting their results. Jason, I'll tell you, man, if anyone were in a tough position in life and they were to come to me looking for a solution without a blink of an eye, I could, in my heart of hearts, knowing in confidence that they can succeed, if they have any kind of work ethic and they just follow the instructions, they're going to have success. I firmly believe that because I've seen it so many times. Not on my own business. You guys, as well as I, the team, it's not the exception to the rule, it is the rule. 80% of the people here are having great success. You can't say that about anything else. Anything else.
Yep. Yeah, so Chuck, I'll share real quickly. When I first came in, I went through the training, the same $20 thing you're talking about. I took a little action, but I didn't see immediate results. And I'm talking like the first couple hours, the first day. And I was like, oh gosh, I knew this eBay thing couldn't work. Right. And I dive into our group, and I watched one of the first things I saw. So we have this Facebook group, part of our team, and I was telling Chuck earlier, I got in there, I see somebody had basically just walked from their job because of this, and they'd only been doing it a couple months. Walked from their job. I'm like, wow, that's incredible. And then I'm reading just dozens upon dozens upon dozens of people having success. And these aren't like computer geniuses. You know, I have a computer background, and these weren't like the guys I worked with at Lockheed Martin. These were just like normal people. And then I see somebody else, and either them or their spouse leaves their job. And it's just really cool, you know, seeing that kind of success. And I've seen the same thing with my team since then. And it's just such a refreshing thing. And I'm getting some of that background. So Chuck, I'd like to ask you about, what are your thoughts on, like, for me in the past, I've always built things like affiliate businesses looking for other business builders. Like, how big is your list? How much experience do you have? Great, come join me. Let's market this to your list and all this kind of stuff. And a brand new person usually has a really long learning curve of many months, usually several years, before they're even making like $1,000 a month or anything near that. And this has been a real, like, the opposite approach. Like we were talking about, opposite world.
Right.
Focus on the product gets the results, and all of a sudden the person is then locked in for life, and that's why the 80% shows up. So can you share a little bit about what you've seen with that? And because that's brand new to me, and I think to you too. You know, what are your thoughts around this whole product focus deal?
It's awesome, and it's awesome on so many levels. And I'll say this, like, part of the reason, again, not just wanting to be a guinea pig and kind of put this, all right, does it really work, you know? Beyond that, Jason, was our Facebook group and plugging in there and recognizing a lot of the names because they had come from where I was, and I know they were struggling, right? And just having tremendous success, quitting their jobs, their spouses leaving their jobs, and that's motivating, that's inspiring. And I was like, I want in on this, you know what I mean? Like, there was just so much success, and it was real. Like, you know, you'd see screenshots, just made the sale. They'd show snapshots of their PayPal account, so you knew it was legitimate. You know, there's nothing to hide. That motivated me in such a way where, like you said, I mean, in most traditional affiliate marketing, network marketing opportunities, how does one earn their income? They earn their income by promoting the product, not using it, right? Let's just call a spade a spade. They're not really using it, they're promoting it, and they're earning an income off said product.
Yep.
It's kind of like a self-collapsing triangle, right, in so many ways. So here with DS Domination, what impressed me so much was people who were earning sizable incomes weren't just earning it, many of them weren't even affiliates, right? That's what's cool. You don't even have to be an affiliate. You can still create an income actually using the products. And people might ask, well, what's the product? The product is a training on how to sell on eBay and Amazon and various e-commerce sites, right, successfully. So that for me was so special to see the amount of success. It inspired me and motivated me to say, I want in on that action. And it continues to inspire me now to be in a position where I'm now inspiring others through my own efforts and, you know, being able to give back. It is a blessing. Like I said at the beginning, it is a blessing because I can't stress it enough. I'll say this. There's a lot of important components to what we have here that will help someone succeed maybe than they'd find elsewhere. And what I mean by that is, number one, let's talk about the company for a second, right? The training. Now, I am self-diagnosed with ADD. All right, that's no secret. I told you I'm going to be as transparent as a glass of water. Self-diagnosed, never been officially diagnosed, but quick story for you. Back in college, I was a tour guide, right? I was a freshman in college giving tours, and we had this learning center on campus. So I'm with a group of prospective students, and we walk into this learning center, and we kind of interrupted this session talking about ADD, and that was the first time I had ever heard of it. And they're listing like all the symptoms, and I'm like hiding my face. I'm like, shoot, I've been outed. Like, never knew I like daydreaming, doodling in class, whatever, short attention span. But I will say this, you know, when you find something that interests you, forget about it. It's full steam ahead, right? So what I mean by what we have here is special. Where I came from, like the training videos with someone with ADD, were like 2.5 hours, 3 hours long. And I'd be like, can we just get to the meat and potatoes? You know, like, can we just get some content going here? Here, right, inside of our I think the longest video, correct me if I'm wrong, like keep me honest, Jason, I think our longest video, and there's like 30 videos, but I think the longest one is like 20, maybe 12 minutes long, 12 to 13 minutes long.
I wrote them down. I actually put them in a spreadsheet and added them up, and they're like 2 hours and 13 minutes total for the training. And you're dead on with that. You're definitely dead on.
Yeah. So like, the videos are very concise. So like the first video is literally like 60 seconds. The next one's like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 2 minutes. And you might have a 12-minute video. But they're set up in a way where it's condensed information, it's meat and potatoes, it's core instructions, and I appreciate that. And I think that's why so many folks are having success. It's not fluff, it's not hype, it's not it's not we'll see what happens. I mean, it's hardcore facts, data, instructions that if one follows, I don't want to say, again, income disclaimer maybe, I don't know, but I believe that it's virtually impossible not to succeed if you diligently follow the trainings and take action. That's all I did. People ask me all the time, Chuck, how did you do 400 sales and clear $6,000, I followed the instructions. Like, I just followed the training. That's my secret, honestly. And again, from where I've come from, Jason, let's talk about the team for a minute, because you mentioned the Facebook group. I have never, ever, and I've been a part of a lot of different communities, on and offline, seen such a supportive community. I'm not here to bash anyone or anything or any company, but from where I came from, we had a Facebook group, and it was kind of discouraged for new people to ask, I don't want to say technical questions, but technical questions maybe, or just, questions that a new person might have that has never done anything before online. It was very much discouraged, and I frankly had an issue with that. Here, ask away. And what's so cool, we were talking before this recording here, I saw a new person ask a question in the group, and within seconds, there were like 7 or 8 comments responding to it. It's just so special, man. It's rare, I'll tell you this, it's extremely rare. The leadership we have, and it starts at the top. I had a stupid question about something that I submitted a support ticket, right? Who responds but the owner of the company, who I don't know. He doesn't know Chuck Morrison, right? Yeah. He personally responds to a support ticket. Where else are you going to find that? Nowhere, and it just trickles down all the way down to everybody really wanting to give back, help each other succeed, encourage questions, and really help each other dominate. It's so special, and I've never seen anything like it. Again, I've only been involved with a couple things, but I can tell you, from where I came from, Jason, this beats anything.
Absolutely. I think looking around, it's so crazy that so I heard, when I first started, I heard the 80% statistic. Yeah. And I was like, that's not possible. In the world I came from, the world I'd come to know, early 2014, my whole life, everything I'd done, open franchises, did so much stuff. And I was like, no way is 80% of anybody going to, get into profits or succeed with something. And I completely agree what you just said, that it's not possible to fail. I actually, I was going to ask you, let's talk about that 20% that don't make it. There's actually even a video in the $20 training that specifically says, if you want to be in that 20% that's not going to make profitability, here's what you're going to do. And I wanted to I don't know if you remember that video, but what's your personal take on, what do you think it is that would make someone fall into that 20% that actually couldn't figure out how to make this thing work? I'd love to get your take on that.
Yeah, and I'd be interested to hear yours as well. It's a great question. It really is, because I've thought about this. Like, why isn't it 100%? And here's why I believe that it isn't 100%. Is you need to have a work ethic. It's not just push a button and money starts flying out of your computer screen, right? I mean, it requires work. And it's one of those things where if you do the work, you're going to get rewarded, period. And I believe that the reason everybody doesn't succeed is because everybody doesn't take action. I think that some people might skip through some of the training videos, or maybe rush things, or not take any action. That's always the number one reason. And maybe having low expectations. I love the $20 price point, Jason, but in so many ways, I don't think people realize what they're getting for $20. Yep. I always say, treat your business like a business. That's what I've always done, especially here. Excuse me. Don't discredit the $20 investment. Yes, it's low. It's low for a reason. And I think there's so many reasons why people do succeed. It's low investment. It's low risk. We're talking about a cost offset business model. And the training being so concise. so direct with clear instructions on what to do. You know, not having to sit through 2.5 hours and maybe have to go back to something. And people ask me sometimes, well, why do I, you know, once I get the training, why do I have to keep, you know, why would I want to invest back into the pro every month if it's residual, if you will? It's a great question. Me now, you know, being in this for 6 months, I still go back to the pro training. You know, there's software included in that, like the image scrambler. I use that daily, basically. You know, there's tools in that are important to keep your business growing and profitable. And they're always adding to the training as well. I mean, it's e-commerce. Things change, things improve, new systems, whatever. So it's very important. But to answer your question directly, Jason, I believe, and this is just me speaking, why people 100% don't succeed is they either are not taking action, they're not following all the instructions, they're not plugging in all the resources. I mean, one of the things that we offer that I love is that Facebook group. I mean, if you decide to get started with us, be sure to send us a Facebook friend request so we can get you plugged in so you can see this for yourself. I can promise you will never find a more supportive, engaged, active, positive community of successful entrepreneurs that are truly, truly committed to each other's success. It's special. So, you know, if they're not going to take action or maybe dibble-dabble, well, we'll see how it goes, you know, I can't promise you great success, you know, if any at all. But if you're serious, if you're looking, you want to create new income, you're serious about it, you take this serious, you follow the instructions, and you take action, I would be surprised. Like, I give people, Jason, a money-back guarantee, a double your money-back guarantee. That's just something I do. Like, I'm going to give you instructions, follow these instructions, which is basically to say, follow the training, and you're going to have success. You know, if you don't, here's your money back and then some, because I'm just that confident in it. Because I'm that guinea pig. I was the guy that was green and new to all this. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, if I can do this, I'm convinced that anybody can. I haven't done anything special. I haven't got creative outside the boundaries of the training or anything like that. I've literally followed it to a T, and I've had success.
So I actually have a good idea. So we've talked a lot about the training and a little bit, you know, how it's step by step, and
yeah.
It actually let's touch on that for like 1 or 2 minutes here on the progression on how the training is set up, as far as, so you pay your $20 and what is it designed to do to get you up? Because we have really high level like trainings that are actually, so just so you guys know, I don't know if you even know this, Chuck. So there's a recent product announced a few weeks ago, and some of that was modeled after someone over the last 12 months, they were doing $1 million per month in profits. So they just made $12 million or like $14 million, 15 last year, and it was modeled over what they're doing in business. And that training is like a fraction of a percentage of, you know, the kind of money it shows you how to make. But what's the progression? You know, what are your thoughts around how the companies put all that system together? And it kind of ties into the $20. And I'm gonna, just so you know, Chuck, I want to lead into this, your thoughts on the company owners and how they run things, you know, where their hearts are at, kind of thing. So that's that's the road I want to head down with talking about the products.
You're a great host, Jason. Seriously, it's a great question, and I'm honored to answer it because it's an important question, one that I had myself, right? And I even have like affiliate marketers who have approached me like, you know, how is there any money to be made on a $20 product? I just don't see it. Like, I've heard that. Here's the reality: is the success. People actually succeeding. You know, not having to stick around for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. Maybe finding success. You know, we're talking in a very short amount of time. The majority of people having success. As a marketer, that's a dream come true. And like I said, I haven't even been promoting this at all as an affiliate. And shame on me, because like I said, I mean, how rare is it to actually be focused on the product side, using the product and letting the product do its work, right? So to that end, talking about the training and the progression of things, because it is intentionally laid out in a systematic way where, you know, where I came from, again, Jason, and I'm not here to bash anyone, the whole notion was, and I hated this. Can I keep it real? Is that cool?
Please do. Please.
All right. You know,
the world needs things to be real, and you and I talked about this. I've actually, part of how I've even had the kind of success I've had, I just kept things so real where people were like, dude, I've never heard someone be transparent, and I love that about you, Chuck. So just, dude, lay it out there like the honest about.
Yeah, man. So where I came from, it was like this push to be all in, right? Meaning own all the products. And I received the question, I even asked the question, like, how do you tell someone who hasn't even made a single sale yet at the basic level to invest all this money that they don't have? How can someone in good faith, and I always disclaim, like to stop myself in that sentence, because listen, some of the biggest success stories I've seen are those that have come from rock bottom, that had their back against the wall, that were down to the last dollar. So I never want to dissuade anyone from there, because I always say, your history does not equal your destiny. Yeah. Where you are today is no reflection of where you'll be tomorrow. So I never want to judge anyone or their current situation or any of that, right? But just from a statistical standpoint, I was in a position, Jason, where in my heart of hearts, I couldn't tell someone who I knew was struggling, and frankly, if they were to take all the action, I didn't have the confidence that they would have any results, that they'd have any success, because the reality is very few did. Mm-hmm. Numbers typically don't lie. Here, the numbers are completely opposite world, right? But in addition to that, the ownership pretty much comes right out and says, do not even think of investing $20 more out of your pocket than that basic pro training, right? Just don't even think about it. If you're an affiliate, sure, and you want to market this and, whatever, then maybe that's a decision you want to make, right?
Yep.
But from a product standpoint, from someone who's brand new, I love that, to say, don't worry about getting all in, or what about the other? Don't even worry about the other products, right? Don't even worry about it. You wouldn't go from kindergarten into college? Right. You know what I mean? It's kind of the same thing. So the pro training, it's $20. It's low risk. Get in, follow the training, take action, and guess what? You're going to have success, right? If you do that, and you're diligent, it might not happen immediately. Maybe not your first 24 hours. Maybe not even your first week. But if you plug in, you get tips from the group, from myself, you follow the training, you don't give up, you're going to have success. I mean, I've seen it too many times not to believe that in my own life and the lives of those around me, right? And the way it works is, as you know, Jason, and this is exactly what I did, by the way. I mean, I have literally built this business as it's designed to be built. In other words, I started at the pro level, mastered that, made the money back. I'm like, all right, this is a numbers game. I get it. Invested to the next level, which we call elite, right? Yep. Profit started doubling. Margins went up. Success. I'm like, this is incredible. Ready? And then I was ready for that next level, if you will. I got unleashed, right? And just progressively worked my way up, in succession, intentionally, because again, I wanted to put myself, because I was brand new. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just wanting to be a guinea pig. I really was a guinea pig. Like, I'm gonna just do this as it's designed to be done. And here I am, 6 months later, having a great time, a lot of fun. Like we said before the chat, man. Like, Chuck, 6 months ago, would you have said, that here you'd be building a business on eBay and Amazon and whatnot? No way, dude. Like, eBay, like you never want to judge a book by its cover, but I remember, like, Christian, the guy that introduces me, right? And I'm thinking, eBay, like, that's so 2006, really? And shame on me. Shame on me, because, listen, the money to be had, it's an incredible marketplace. Then you talk about Amazon, which is as large as its top 5 competitors combined. There is just so much money exchanging inside of e-commerce, inside these marketplaces, that, people ask me about saturation. Saturation, forget about it. I mean, we're talking about literally thousands, millions of products, right, that are available for sale, that are increasing by the day, and there's so few sellers out there. There's so few that probably like where I was. They're just, eBay, really? Shame on me, man. I'm telling you, I'm having a lot of fun. The connections, like, I really like to surround myself with awesome people, like yourself, dude, like Christian, Eric, I mean, just Jason O'Neill, the team we have, man. Just awesome people that are, that have helped me out a lot. I've learned so much from the Facebook group. I'm in there daily, still learning. I mean, it's an evolutionary process. I mean, here I am. I've quickly created a 6-figure business, but Jason, I'll tell you where I'm going. 7 figures, man. That's the next goal here. And I'm serious, and as I tell people, I'm treating this business like a business. Started at $20, I've made my way up, and I tell everyone that starts with me, that asks about, don't even worry about them. You know, yes, they're there, it's more advanced stuff. It wouldn't make sense for you, unless you're an affiliate, maybe, you know, then maybe it makes sense. But if you're here solely for the product side, go through the training as it's meant to be laid out, and you're going to have success.
I'll tell you something I've seen that is, it's really interesting. So this is the first. So I've been a network marketer here for 8 years now, and that's been my primary focus, like my more than full-time passion for 8 years. And the last 5 months, I started off with that as the intention. And first of all, dove in myself, proved it worked. I was like, I literally never made such easy money, and I'm not. You know, disclaimer, we can't promise you're going to make anything, but it really was like copy and paste. And I got in the Facebook group, I saw some proof, I went out and I made my first sale, made like over $18, my very first sale. And all I did was like grab a thing, paste it here, sold it. It was, I couldn't believe it, to be honest. Sold a couple more, I'm like, this is way too easy, I'm gonna promote this thing. But this is the first time, especially over the last couple months here, I am actually transitioning out of that world and transitioning into the drop shipping and the Amazon world, and especially with the new product that we just came out with. And I've seen a lot of people lead. I'm talking about people that are multi-millionaires in the network marketing industry that are looking at this and they're realizing, hey, I can add an extra zero to my income from this stuff that this company's doing. And I'm not talking about selling the stuff, the training, like as an affiliate. That's like a little side business. I'm talking about their focus is around making money on Amazon and eBay. And so anyway, Chuck, what are your thoughts around, like I'm watching leaders. At first I thought I was just this crazy guy, because I am crazy, but you're saying that you've been affiliate marketing for a while. All these people I see going that direction, and it's, you know, what have you seen from your point of view around some of that?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. As I said earlier, it's a marketer's dream, because if you have any kind of heart, you know, it gets to a point where it's no longer about you. You know what I mean? It's not about your success anymore. And if you've been involved in things where maybe you're having success but those around you aren't, it's not sustainable. I mean, I don't know how anyone could go any further in that. You know, I couldn't. So I'll say this. As a marketer, because I'm an affiliate as well, obviously, and there's a reason for that, because I have confidence in this. You know, I truly have faith that someone can succeed here. A new person with no experience can actually succeed here. Someone that has experience, forget about it. Look out. You know, like, I've got some people on my team that came with previous experience, Jason, on eBay and Amazon. They're freaking crushing it. I mean, that's exciting. But to speak to your question here on kind of the affiliate side, and kind of speaking to other marketers like ourselves, to promote something where you know a majority of your team is going to have success, where they're going to succeed, where they're going to have fun, where they're going to make lifelong connections with just amazing individuals, amazing people, it's incredibly special, and they stick around. You know what I mean? Like, they're not giving up because the success is there. I mean, why do people give up? Why would someone leave something? They're going to leave because they're not having any success, because the results aren't there. People stick around here because they're succeeding, because they're winning, you know, and they're winning big, and they're winning on the product side. And what's really neat, you know, like from an affiliate standpoint, how do most people promote a product that they've never had success with it? It was a question that you hear a lot, right? What's the number one question in network marketing, for example, right? How much money have you made? And what does the new person say? What, you know, did they lie? So what are they forced to do? They're forced to leverage other people's success. And that's okay. I'm not discrediting that, you know? What's neat here, what we tell people is go out, follow the training, create success, share your own success story. You know, and that's what a lot of people are doing now. You know, you see people come in and not invest anything more than the $20, not become affiliates because they don't need to. They start creating success and they can't help but share it. Yep. You know, when you win like that, people just want to know, what are you doing again? You know, do you have a link? And no, I don't. I should maybe become an affiliate of this. So as a marketer, you know, as an affiliate, there's just such an incredible opportunity. And you mentioned the new product, Jason. It's in my business, again, I've been serious about this for about 3 months. My first 2 months, kind of like you, I was mainly focused on the affiliate side, and the product side just started kind of taking on a whole life of its own and a growth of its own. So that's really where a lot of my attention has been as of late. But I've had this need inside of me, just to talk about my own business for a second, to kind of go in a more aggressive direction, like sourcing my own products and, working directly with suppliers one-on-one and things like that, kind of more advanced stuff, right?
Yep.
And there was a product that came out a few months ago, I think, maybe a couple weeks ago, a few months ago, whatever, that was like $5,000. And I was close to investing in it, because it was pretty high-level stuff. I love how the universe works, right? In the mind of DS Domination.
And that product was outside of DS Domination.
Totally outside. $5,000 sticker price, and you needed some working capital as well beyond that. Big sticker price. And I'm like, I heard some rumblings that DSD was up to something. And sure enough, a week and a half ago, they released a new product, fraction of that sticker price. And having been inside the product and knowing what the other one entailed, because I have some connections online and I have someone that invested in it, and we're kind of comparing notes, he is now invested in what we have called Genesis and extremely jealous, like pissed that he just spent $5,000 on something else when he could have spent literally a fraction of that and got twice as much value, content, and information. You know what I mean? And I just want to hit this real fast because you asked about the ownership. This product, as I recently discovered and learned, had been in the works now for a while, for like 4 or 5 months at least, minimum. And the reason it hadn't been released is because it wasn't perfect. Like, they actually were concerned for our full protection, making sure that we're protected, our investment is protected, we're protected. And just to make sure that all the intricacies to this amazing system, which we don't have time to talk about today, unfortunately, but was all in place before they rolled it out. I mean, that's just how diligent this company is. I want to make this point too. In fact, I have the recording. I'm not sure if I have permission to share it. I'll have to ask Christian. I'm sure you've seen it. When I was first introduced to this, I received a webinar that one of our colleagues did. He actually got these owners on a webinar, and it was like being in an interrogation room. Like, just drilled them, asking everything from like, who is their legal counsel, what's their business plan, questions about their sustainability, their saturation, very detailed, due diligent questions that he frankly just asked the owners, knowing they were being recorded on a webinar. And Jason, I had never been so impressed. We talk about transparency, completely transparent, showed why this is different, how this is different, and how people can truly come here and succeed. And it's not hype, it's not theory. Again, numbers speak for themselves. So I'm on a rant. You get me all fired up, dude. But,
dude, I'm sure Christian and Roger and some people are going to see this. I have to apologize to Roger because in January I drilled into Roger. He gave me like 45 minutes. He didn't even know who I was at the time, and I've actually never seen that interview, so I need to go check that out and ask about that because.
Yeah.
I probably could have saved like half the questions I had asked at that point. But
yeah, it was pretty awesome.
I have been I've always had a heart to serve people, and been in companies where myself or just a small fraction of people are making money and most people are struggling, and like opposite world that we're in now, and it's really a reflection of the leadership all the way down into the rest of the company, and watching the heart of the owners of this company and realizing they could have charged a lot more than $5,000 to be competitive in the market because their product is way better than that one that's really expensive, several thousands of dollars. They're not out there to just make a killing themselves. My take on it is seeing they basically downsell you, not upsell you. It's like the opposite. Like you're in McDonald's and they're like, oh, do you want a drink with that? Because that's where they make all their money. Oh, you want fries with that? And they lose all their money on hamburgers, or they break even on them. And so it's like the opposite of that, where they're like, oh, you just want the hamburger? Sweet, dude. Make sure you get all the value you can out of this thing. And if you're ever ready one day, then you can come back and buy a soft drink, because that's where we make all our money. And the company doesn't even make all their money off anything. They basically pay most of it out to the people promoting.
Yeah.
And my thoughts are, their whole vision is to just bless so many hundreds of thousands or millions of people with making money, like, and realizing they can take the smallest, tiniest little percentage to keep the company running. And when there's like 1,000,000 people in this thing, they'll be making $1 off 1,000,000 people or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm exaggerating things here, but this goes back to, so Chuck, I want to hear you talk from your heart around why the title of this whole thing, Stay-at-Home Dad Finally Dominates, and what that means. The stay-at-home part, what that means to, you shared a really touching story with me, and you can go as deep as you want, but that's there's so many people out there that's one of their greatest dreams, and they don't really believe they can do it deep inside in their self-image in their heart. And I know that's it's a big part of what drives you as well. So I want to hear you, talk about how that ties in with this company. What can this, how can this help people to get to what you've been able to do?
Yeah, great question, man. Yeah, I'm just thinking about that now. So, my background is, taking it back, I just turned 38 years old as of yesterday. So
happy birthday!
And for most of my adult life, I was your typical corporate slave. Stuck in the rat race, stuck in a cubicle, working insane hours, not getting paid what I was worth. Not liking where I was, didn't like the job, didn't like the company, hate might be a strong word, but I just knew that there was so much more to life to be had. And, for me, Jason, ever since I was a kid, I had a great relationship and still do with my father, but couldn't wait to be a dad. I really couldn't. I'm odd like that, like you, man. I'm just a little crazy, abnormal, which, by the way, stands for above normal, right? Yes. So I wanted to be a dad, and here I am. I'm in the rat race and married and starting a family and things like that. And I'm like, I got to get the F out, tomorrow's not promised to anyone. When are you going to stop talking about it, Chuck, and actually do something about it? And I'll tell you, man, when I first got started trying to be an entrepreneur and go out on my own, made every possible mistake you can think of, lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, failed and failed and failed and failed, and it was tough. And I have no regrets about any of it. My journey has been incredible. It's made me who I am today. It's been a true blessing, but being a dad, being there as a dad, right? Not just being a dad, being there as a father, right? Watching my kids grow up, not having this, I remember this so vividly, like my friends starting families, and they were sending their kids off to daycare at like 3 months old. I'm like, yeah, I didn't even walk yet. And you're setting them off, like they get up. And it was just like, I never will be in that position. That was a promise I made to myself, Jason. And not, thank God, and have never had that, So I've just always been attracted to working from home. My entire business is run from my phone and my laptop. Anywhere where there's an internet connection, basically. That's exciting, and it's rewarding. And again, having been online now and trying different things, again, I have an existing business called Making Mountains Move, whatever. That's had success. The app has had success, but never at a level of sustainability such as this. And what I mean by that is, again, we're talking two different. I love Bob Proctor. If you guys know Bob Proctor, taught me something many years ago that changed my life, and it's about having multiple sources of income, right? MSIs. I've always been a firm believer in that, and having multiple sources of income to diversify yourself, essentially. And I didn't really mention this, but that was one of the really strong points for me deciding to take part in this, to join this, was the dual income opportunity, both as an affiliate and on the product side. You hear about that. You might see it in, I don't know, vitamins, potions, and pills or whatever, but the reality is it doesn't exist. Let's just call a spade a spade. We're keeping it real here, right? Here, again, the majority of people are making money on the product side. And then what happens is they got to share their success because they can't help it. They start getting involved in the affiliate side. Now they have two sources of income going at once. That is so special and so rare, and it falls into my alignment with believing in having multiple sources of income, which will increase the chances, the likelihood for someone to be able to not have to rely on a job. So that, I was telling you, here's how I summarize it. Yesterday was my birthday. And I was telling my daughter today, I was giving her a bath, both my daughters a bath this morning, and she loves birthdays. Like Cadence, my oldest, she loves parties. She's like her dad. She loves birthday parties, and she's like, so yesterday was your birthday party, and she has a younger sister, Michaela, who will be 3 at the end of the month. So she's like, Michaela's birthday's next, right? Yeah. What are we gonna do? And we're talking about that. And I said, Cadence, do you know what Daddy's favorite part of yesterday was on his birthday? You know what my favorite gift was? She's like looking at me and she's naming some things, and I'm like, no. I'm like, Cadence, my favorite part was waking up, because they were up at like 5 a.m. I got up at like 6:30. I'm a late riser, I guess. Like them downstairs, and both my daughters, there's Mommy, she kind of whispers to them the clue, the signal, and they come running up to me and they just give me this, they grab my legs, happy birthday, and I was almost in tears. I mean, it was just so special. And in that moment, I just reflected, Jason, about how blessed I am to not have to go, in that moment, rush off to a job, build someone else's dream, live someone else's reality or whatever. Just, I get to stay at home the entire day, every day, with my kids and watch them grow and develop. I mean, these are the most exciting years of their life in so many ways. I mean, they're explorers, and it's like watching them learn new things and see new things. It's like you get to experience that again all over again, I wish everybody could experience that. It's so cool. It's so cool. And meanwhile, to have the phones, making sales or whatever, there's passivity to it, which I love. I mean, I'm pretty lazy, so I love passive income as well. There's a lot of passivity here as well. Again, I don't want to dissuade anyone. There is work, and there's always work involved. Passive income I love, but it always needs a disclaimer. Like my iPhone app. Yes, it's a passive income source. Man, that thing took like 8 months of 20-hour days and dealing with developers overseas. And I mean, if you saw the sweat, the blood and the tears that went into that. It's a lot of work, and anything worthwhile, I believe there's work involved, but when you have assurance that if you put the work in, you're going to get a result out of it, it makes it that much more gratifying, and just, what's the word I'm looking for? It makes it that much more, I guess, there's more confidence in you to take the action, knowing that, all right, there's so many people having success. They're doing something right. If I follow the same actions, I have to produce the same results. You know what I mean? And if you don't immediately, hit that gas pedal harder. Tap into the Facebook group. Ask some questions. What am I doing wrong here? Maybe you missed a training. Maybe, maybe you're not being diligent enough. You missed something, but I'm telling you, because I've seen people, they just needed like a little tweak in their business, and then, boom, taking off like a rocket ship, So kind of a long-winded answer, but yeah, so for me and my desire, me as a human being and what's special to me, like we talk about lifestyle, you and I, a lot. For me, it's just to be there as a dad, as a family man, as a husband, as a son, just to be there in those moments. And, now I have that freedom and that opportunity. And the skills I'm learning now, Jason, from this will last me a lifetime. It's basic, it's business. It's buying low and selling high. This equates to the stock market, real estate, e-commerce, any business. So the skills you learn here will serve you for a lifetime. Period.
Absolutely. What are your so seeing this vehicle compared to let's say like your iPhone app, anything you've done in your life to generate income for you and your family, what is your how do you compare what this company, how it compares to some things you've done, and also what is the next like 3 to 6 months look like for you as well, as far as like, is this something you're just putting in like 10% of your time and you're just off playing, playing with family, messing around all the time? Are you going to do another iPhone app? How does this fit in with things you've done and what you're going to do?
I love it, man. Been playing a lot of Frisbee as of late. So, no, it's a great question. So, all right, I'll answer it like this. So, you mentioned the next 3 to 6 months. So for me, it's really focusing in on the latest product that DSD has just released, right, called Genesis. So really, I'm dedicating most of my attention, time, and resources towards that. As an entrepreneur, I've always longed to have that that business that you can pass down for generations to come. You know, we talk about being a dad. I am so fired up and excited that I'm building something here that I'll be able to pass down to generations for come, if they want it. I mean, that opportunity will exist for them. Like I said, I mean, I'm at an income level now where it's 6 figures a month. I'm excited to build a 7-figure income here, and I know that's possible. Yep. And why do I say that with confidence? Well, having not done it, right? I'm on the path, but I can say that with confidence because others have done it. They've shared their strategies and how to do it. And again, I mean, I just have such confidence, Jason, where I have just followed things to a T and have had success, you know, deep, great success. Let's call a spade a spade. I know that if I do the same thing, if I follow these instructions and take action, and take massive action, by the way. Listen, if I'm that personality type where I'm all or nothing. If I'm going to do something, it's not I'll dip the toes in the water. I'm jumping in the deep end. I'm getting, you know, if we're going into the ocean, kids, we're going all the way in. You know what I mean? So that's just how I play in life. I work hard. I play hard. It's just my personality. So for the next 3 to 6 months, I can't wait. I'm very excited. Don't be mistaken. There's probably going to be a lot of work involved, but I'm excited by the work. It's fun. It's creative thinking. You know, it's just I love entrepreneurship. You know, like I'll watch The Profit on CNBC. I love the Shark Tank. You know, The Apprentice, things like that. I eat it up. I'm not sure if you can see my library back there. It's over there, but I love to read. I'm an avid reader. You know what I mean? So everything from your self-help classics. I'm a sucker for anything by Napoleon Hill or Wallace D. Wattles or Charles Hannell or Neville Goddard. You know, all these self-help, rather mindset greats, if you will. But I also love autobiographies of just successful people. And I was saying earlier that, you know, some of the greatest success stories out there are those that have started in tough places. You know, I came here not necessarily being at rock bottom, but wanting more, you know what I mean? Like just wanting that next level within my own life because, listen, if you're not growing, you're dying. And again, wanting to give back. That was another big thing for me, Jason, because where I came from, I felt like, you know, here I am marketing this thing, and what the hell, Chuck? You're a hypocrite. You know, do you really believe that this can help someone? And the answer was no. You know, again, I'm not here to bash anyone because I'm still active. Like the products have served me. As a marketer, they're great. I mean, they're awesome. It turned me into a badass. So I have nothing bad to say about that company or where I came from, okay? Please don't mistake me there. What I'm talking about is other people's success, and more importantly, their chances for success. It's very important to me. I'm very cautious about what I attach my name to, you know, my reputation behind. This, Jason, I mean, I'm telling you, my worst enemy to my best friend, to my grandmother, my kids, this is something that I could confidently say in my heart of hearts, you know, if you need a new income like yesterday, you know, maybe you're hurting, maybe you're struggling, maybe you're just in that job that you need to get the hell out of, and you need something yesterday, this is your solution. This is your solution. And if I'm wrong, I'll give your money back. You know, I'm not going to make that guarantee for anybody. You don't even need that. Yeah. You know, and I hate saying that because it's like an escape code. Take action. Like, I'm going to make sure that you take an action here. This isn't a free ride. You know what I mean? Like, have a work ethic. Have pride in yourself. Demand the best from yourself. You know? Don't just play small. What the hell's that about? You know? Demand the best from yourself. This is a system where I'm telling you, if you apply yourself, you're going to have success. Yep. Period. Either on the affiliate side or on the product side, or if you're like me and you love multiple sources of income, you love passive income, you love residual income, both. Yep.
I've actually never seen where you're talking about the confidence in the products and in what your ability to add a zero to your income, which is exactly my intentions these next 12 months. And I've been sitting in a comfort zone for like more than 6 years now, just like coasting, tons of time freedom. And it's because I missed the first year and a half of my oldest son's life, and he just turned 9. Wow. And I'll never forget that. You know, you talked about being there for your family, stay-at-home dad. That's something that really drove me to work hard back in the day. And I never had any vehicles like this up till these last 5 months. Wow. But I've never had products where every time so they have this game plan. You step up, you earn your profits, you make a little more to buy the next product. You make a little more, you buy the next one. And you just stair step all the way up to this amazing product that's a fraction of $5,000, the nearest competitor. So it's this cool model they've built. but I've never had something where getting the next product, every single time, it just multiplies the amount of income you can make. And it's happened regardless. So I knew when our new product coming out that buries the $5,000 one that's a fraction of the price, I already knew what it was going to do. I already knew that it was going to just magnify everything, because that's what everything this company's ever done. And the confidence that builds into, hey, I can actually put my reputation behind this, and really
right.
I've been the guy telling people to don't ever talk to friends and family. Let's just build this thing online. Let's find people who are already interested in building online income and businesses. And I've totally switched my game these last 5 months, where now it's I'm talking to anybody that has the slightest willpower to want to make any extra money.
Yeah.
My closest friends and family, the people I actually care about, I'm like, you got to see this. This is amazing. And I'm actually watching it happen in the team now, where I'm not even pushing my team. I have systems in place, replicated pages, all this crazy stuff I built for years now. I'm totally not focused on all that. And my team is going out there actually talking to their friends and family, because they're making hundreds and thousands per month. And really, there's tons in our team making tens of thousands now.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy how that I can't believe I've come because I started out 8 years ago trying to talk to all the friends and family, having home parties, doing 2-on-1s and 1-on-1s and phone calls and 3-way calls. And I'm not doing all that stuff now, but I am really approaching people I actually care about, my closest siblings and family members, and just you got to see this thing. This is the easiest money. It's just crazy. And so, hi, babe. That was my wife. So she saw we were on camera, and she's like, I'm out of here. So I want to go back to what.
I want to say something real quick, Jason. I don't want to cut you off, because you were just talking about the products, and I didn't realize this. So, a couple things. Number one, and I love this, every Tuesday night, we have a guy on our team, Eric Foster, who's just awesome. The guy, massive action taker, came in, and again, I don't want to tell you his whole story because I don't know it, right? But I know he and I were working together in a previous deal, right? Prior to this, he got out and didn't have great success, and he came over here, and I wasn't sure what he was going to do. And Eric, if you're watching, man, I'm so proud of you, buddy. You're leading me. I mean, I'm learning from you, bro. But in his first 30 days, I think he did 100 sales, just at the pro level. We're not talking all in of, well, he must have been just using all at the pro level, at the basic level, right?
He made thousands off the $20 product.
Yeah, right.
And he never talks about numbers, but you can add up numbers and figure out, wow,
Yeah. People are always like, well, dude, $20 profit. Add it up, man. Compounding effect. It's pretty awesome, right? But where I'm going with this is every Tuesday night, Eric, out of his own goodwill, he's not getting paid for it or anything, does a weekly Q&A call. I was invited as a guest this past Tuesday night. It was awesome, and I shared something on that call that I didn't even think about until that moment, and I want to share it here, Jason, because you were just talking about the products, right?
Yep.
Every single one of the products that I own inside of DSD, I paid for in cash from the profits that I earned on the product side.
That's opposite world.
Right? Right? Yep. Didn't have to take out a title on my car, or sell my wife's engagement ring, or take out an equity line. Things that I've actually seen people do. To reach those lengths. Not here, man.
It's so refreshing. I'll tell you that I'm exactly like you, Chuck. I am all in or nothing, and I'm either pedal the metal, or I'm forget it. I got to find something that I can do that in, because I'm really passionate. I have to find things I believe in, and then I just go for it. I go with my intuition, just drive real hard, and it's been so refreshing. This whole 5 months has been some of the best 5 months of my whole life. Really the greatest 5 months straight, for sure. And it's because it's so exciting watching. I had a guy on my team. I'll share this real fast. That he came in. He had never he had been on my email list for 4, 5, 6 years, and I have this whole story. He wrote me this long thing on ebook, and he's a pretty quiet, reserved guy, but he just laid all this out, and he's real like methodical kind of guy. So he wrote me this long email, and long story short is he'd been in the list forever, never opened any emails, and for some reason, somewhere back in like February or something, he opened one, and he said, fine, this looks, for whatever reason, something I'd showed, I don't remember what happened, but he said, I will try out the $20 thing for 1 month, and after 30 days, after 29 days, if I'm not making money, I'm canceling the $20. And he tried it out, and now, not only does he own all the products, he's making thousands of dollars per month right now for just trying it out. And he stair-stepped all the way through exactly what you were just talking about. I've showed, actually, if I find that, I'll go show you guys the screenshot if I can find that real quick, because I saved all that somewhere. But that's just one story. It's Chuck's story. It's like there's like hundreds and hundreds of people that have that same story in our company. It's so refreshing. It's so exciting. I get up super early just out of excitement for what we have here to be able to bring to people's, to really get them to change their life financially, and that in turn gets to change all the time freedom and everything else behind it. It's pretty awesome.
That's special. Yeah. So rare, man. And like I said, I mean, seeing others succeed, man, it's awesome. It's so awesome. And especially those that maybe some of their background or other things they've tried where they hadn't had success, and to see them come here and just crush it it's awesome, man. Like it never gets old. I have like a folder on my computer because I'll go on the Facebook group sometimes and just get motivated. Like I love seeing success stories, and I'll take screenshots a lot of the times, just because like it motivates me. Like what led me to this direction, like I said, was not only being the guinea pig, but I saw so many people having success. I said to myself, Chuck, you got to get in on this, man.
Yeah,
it's just such a great opportunity. Why wouldn't you? And you and I have been talking, Jason. I mean, we're both marketers. We've been online, but with Genesis and stuff, like we've got you and I and some others now have like a little bit of accountability going, and I was so excited to see what we grow together, man. Over the next 3 months, next 90 days, it's gonna be. Oh, it's already happening, dude. It's so exciting.
This is for sure. I'm a pretty excitable kind of person.
No.
And yeah, imagine that. And I for what the coming 90 days, it's beyond. I don't even know how to even begin to express how pumped up I am about everything happening and the momentum. And here's the deal. I'll share this, that I had a lot of insights. I have a lot of insights into the owners of this company, high-end leadership. There are things I know about our company that like almost nobody in the company know, and there's a lot I don't know too, because I'm not in the top 3 or 5 earners yet, and so there's this little group at the top that the owners share a lot of the vision with. But I'll tell you guys, they have a plan here that like coming for the next 5 years. And the product that was just announced like 12, 13 days ago, whatever, that Roger told me some pieces of that back in January. And he was basically like, look, this is, I trust you as someone in this industry, a leader, and just like, here's some things we have coming out. And he didn't paint the whole picture, but I knew some pieces. And I was like, that's incredible. And then I kind of forgot about it until a month or two ago. But guys, they have stuff planned out, and they have such hearts for the people, for us, for Chuck, for myself, for all of our teams, and anybody still watching this video at this point. It's so rare to find people that care so much about others, and it's really the whole. I remember when I first started having success, it was all that Zig Ziglar's quote: "You can have anything you want in life if you can help enough other people get what they want." And as soon as I changed my focus, because I've always had a heart to serve people, but when I started out, I thought you had to like just try to make a bunch of money and do this stuff. And I'd had the small team, and I was like, I'm just going to focus on them. So I just started calling every person every day. This is back in 07, before I was full time, And that year, things just exploded, got blessed, and I've always had, that mentality, and the owners have that exact thing going forward. And Chuck, I want to throw this back to you, but I actually found that email, and I'd be more than happy to share that.
Yeah. No, I want to hear this. I was going to ask you. Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. Now I got to figure out how do I got a screen, and I have to. Hold on.
If you guys knew how long it took Jason and I to get this hangout going, it wasn't that long actually. Jason, you were a stud. You're like, here's a link. I tried to do it before you, because I know we were both kind of running a few minutes behind, and I'm like, all right, let me try to figure this out. I am so. How the hell did I develop an iPhone app? Baffles me. How am I running an online business? Oh my God, Jason, I remember a quick story for you guys. I was trying to change something to my website. I think literally was trying to change the font size, and I kind of went into I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and hit enter. Next thing you know, go back, hit refresh on the page, go back to my home page, and it just looked like alien language. It's what the hell did I do? I had to hire these developers. Oh my God. So I am, when it comes to technology, awful, terribly bad. But look at this. Here it is. All right. So this is the email.
So I'll just blaze through this quickly. So can you read that? Okay, Chuck. Does it say Hey Jason in the top? So I won't. You guys can read through this or pause the video, whatever you want to do for people watching this or anything. But basically, guys, I'm not showing you this. This has nothing to do with me. I just happened to send out an email, and this Chad guy just happened to click on it. Because if you read through here, I've been on your list for probably about 5 years, read 1 out of every 20 or 30 emails, and I haven't sent a lot of emails till this past year. But I've sunk thousands of dollars into various programs, usually making zero. I became jaded towards everything that was MLM. Nothing ever worked for me. I'm not sure what made me click on this, or further, what made me watch Roger's video explaining the program. And you guys can probably find a link to that exact same video down below this or something similar. But basically, I want to go down here. It was very refreshing to see. Actually, so contrasting with other opportunities, they're very vague about what you actually do until you've plunked down your money. Roger's video shows you exactly what we do, what this whole drop shipping, the basic model is. And he goes on, still skeptical. I thought, what the heck, for 20 bucks, I'll give this a try. And I'm going to kind of move fast here, guys. Seeing what other people were having success gave me faith. So he got into the Facebook group. If you guys see right here, if it weren't for the Facebook group, I might have just stopped at this point. That's exactly what happened with me. 5 days in, I hadn't made a sale. Mine was 3 days in or 2 days in or whatever. And so he kept going. If I list another 30 items, it'll be 30 bucks, add 20, and I'll be out $50 worst case. That's pretty cool. So he keeps going. Oh, I didn't. Cool. So I can draw on this, and then it just scrolls off the screen. That's awesome. He made his first sale on day 6. He kept going because of the Facebook group, and that's the same group Chuck and I are in. And then, I've never made a dime online. In my first sale, maybe $9.34. Kept plugging away, got another sale. By the end of my first week, and $0 after 5 days, I had made back the 20 bucks on Pro. Kept going. I reevaluated my goal. I set it to be 100 bucks in the first month. It was now only day 11, and I'm sitting with 10 total sales and about 98 in profit after 11 days. So basically, when he wrote me this email, I have no doubt I'll cross $100 and subscribe to Elite, which is a $100 program. Guys, I'll just point to you this email. I don't know if you can see the top. This was written to me on February 17th of this year. I'll tell you guys, this goes on. Chad, check this out. This is back in February. Chad speaking to the future. A guy, if we scroll up, had never made $1, he basically said. I have no doubt that I'll finally be able to make $1 to $2K a month additional income without ever trying to convince friends and family, something I've never been able to do. Guys, I'll tell you right now, he said this back in February. I just met Chad in person like 11, 12, 13 days ago for the first time. We hung out all weekend in Vegas at an event for this company, and he's already making the number that he wanted to right here. He has a full-time job. This is a totally part-time thing he's doing on the side. Yeah. And that's I saved this because this was really a cool story from Chad. Yeah. But what I'll share is that this is way beyond just Chad, because I've had very similar stories, and I bet you Chuck could tell a million of these same stories too.
And it never gets old. What an incredible story. You know, he hit something on there, Jason, that I think is important. In so many deals, affiliate marketing, network marketing, you know, you need like this pleasing personality or whatever, you know, to create the income as an affiliate. Here, I mean, I can tell you for a fact there are so many people just on my own specific team, if you will, that are quietly, like behind the scenes, you'd never know, making substantial money, you know, a couple $1,000s a month just from the product side without ever having to recruit or, you know, home parties or any of that. Like if I ever have to host a home party, forget about it. You know, I'm out. Just because it's just not me. And, you know, like inside the Facebook group, I've been so quiet, you know, like I even have a podcast that I do, right? And I haven't done one since January. And my listeners are like, dude, are you still alive? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, shoot, I got to get a message out there. And the reality is that I've just been so focused in on this, you know, because again, my intention, my goal, my outcome is to grow this into a 7-figure business. And that requires a certain level of energy, time, and effort, right? So, but it's exciting for me. Like this is, I'm so blessed to have found it. But reading that story there from Chad, his email, I can't wait to meet you, Chad, by the way. That's just congratulations. That's not the exception to the rule. I'm telling you, that's what you're seeing here on you know, from so many different people that have been burned, who have wiped out money, you know, that have never made a dime for the first time ever actually having success. I'm seeing it every single day inside the Facebook group. And you know what? There's plenty of room for more. You know, saturation, it does not exist. It doesn't exist. I don't see it. I don't see it. Not with all the marketplaces, not with all the products, not with all the suppliers, not with all the buyers. And you know what fires me up, Jason? I'm already looking ahead towards like December, the holiday season, when I first got started doing 7 sales. Yep. Not knowing what the hell I was doing, by the way. I can't wait. I mean, I can't wait. It's so flippin' exciting. You know, it's from a personal standpoint, I'm fired up. For those that are coming in that are creating new success, I'm fired up. For the marketers out there who, you know, can confidently bring teams, if you will, or, you know, just market this, knowing that they're not going to be the only ones having success. It's just awesome. It's just, man, I get fired up.
so Chuck, what's I don't even know, you know, any specific questions or anything, but what's a good way? I'm going to just throw this thing over to you, and what's a good way to kind of sum things up, or forget about some, you know, what else do you want to add in? You know, where can we take this thing?
Yeah. Well, again, you know, what's really cool, Jason, is you're reaching out to me, and it's so cool, guys. Like, you know, Jason and I just met really for the first time on Monday, if you will, and we didn't like meet in person, but, you know, connecting inside our, you know, beyond our Facebook group, you know, having a connection, getting on the phone, and just realizing how much we have in common, right? About the same age, family men, you know, love sports, got the World Cup coming up. Just good, like I said, I love awesome people. There's a lot of them here, by the way. So when we decided to do like this hangout, it was kind of unclear, like, you know, let's just provide some value. That was really our core intentions, both of us. Let's just provide some massive value. And prior to actually hopping on the line, and nothing was rehearsed, you know, he's like, should we just go for it? I'm like, yeah, let's just do it, man. Just roll. So, you know, we decided, you know, we like to both create intentions. That's why I love you, Jason, man. And our intention was to really help others that maybe are in a position looking for something new, right? What do I mean by new? I mean, maybe it's new income, maybe it's a new opportunity. You're an affiliate marketer, something that works, basically, right? So I'll sum it up by this. I haven't been involved in a lot. I've seen a lot. From what I've seen, the masses do not succeed. I have never seen, not only forget more people having success. Let me be more specific than that, because this is so rare. I have never seen the new person with no previous experience, with not the appeasing personality, who is maybe more reserved, that their chances for anything traditional online would probably be very low. Again, we're just keeping it real, right? They have come here time and time, daily, right? Creating a substantial income, one that they can and have replaced their jobs, getting their spouses out of work, for example. I'll summarize it by this. I like to put my money where my mouth is. For my money, I don't know of anything better that exists online for the average person, for the new person to come in, apply themselves, not invest more than $20, and quickly, very quickly. If they're diligent, if they follow the instructions, they take action, they plug into our Facebook group. I think that's a very important part of the equation. I think that's what separates us, Jason, from so many others maybe out there online, is our community, our support. It's special, man. It's really special. I'm again just blessed. It's the only word I can say. I'm so thankful I am where I am, not only in this company but with the team that I'm in. It's just awesome. So with that, I would just say, if you've been looking, you have found. All right, and just don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. If you're not completely blown away, what's the worst that happens? You lost $20. Guess what? You just spent that on fast food last Friday night. You'll probably do it again. Put the investment in yourself. Give yourself a chance. Go for it. Really go for it. And don't be surprised when you make that first sale, that second sale. Before you know it, your expenses are covered. You decide to invest the next level. That expense is covered. You got more money coming in your pocket. Next thing you know, maybe like me and others, you're having the time of your life, creating a great income, and the sky's the limit. So I would just say, if again, on one side, if you're just looking for that income, maybe, quietly on the product side, that exists. If you're a marketer, you're wanting your team to have finally some success, right? Not just hyping it or talking about it, real success, like emails like Jason just showed. This is it. I'm telling you, I've seen it. This is it. I don't know what else to say, man.
I'll actually throw in for the marketers out there.
Yeah, that's for you. Yeah.
Tension like this. So when you have a team where people are actually making money, they don't leave, they keep paying, and you keep getting paid as the marketer. And as that duplicates throughout a team, so I remember learning years ago, if you actually if you have 90% of your team as customers and product users and 10% are business builders, that's how you create a true residual income, long-standing, that will never go away in network marketing. And I was just like, well, that's stupid to ever focus on customers because there's no leverage there. They pay, and then they just sit there and they don't go out and multiply into millions of other people. So this is exactly, I have 25% of my team, only 25% are affiliates, but the people are all just sticking around because they're all succeeding. So Chuck, I want to thank you for all your time. I definitely, we created that intention early on, bro. I think we absolutely fulfilled that and showed people this is something different. And I love, you just summarized it perfect. Guys, there's nothing else to say. Go down, click link, it's $20. Or watch a video that Roger, who knows, because we made this video for our entire team. So whoever you are, you're in great hands because you're going to be a part of our group. Go down and click link, and you're either going to see a video with Roger, you're going to go to a link that takes you straight to pay $20, and it's $20. It's nothing. So, Chuck,
let me say this before you wrap up, Jason.
You wrap it up, and you wrap it up. So
No, because I saw this in that email that you shared from Chad, and it's this right here was something else that I think needs to be said, right, for the purpose of this video. How many opportunities out there online do you come across, right? Maybe there's a presentation video. And even like where I was, people would ask me after watching the presentation video, well, what is it? What kind of video is that? You know what I mean? Like, they still didn't get it. What Chad said in his message to you was, what I loved immediately was after watching a quick, concise 8-minute video, he knew exactly what this was, knew exactly what it entailed, and knew exactly if it was right for him or not. If you watch this video that's likely below this, right, by Roger, things update, but yeah, here it is, here's the message, and you say to yourself, just like I did, I'm like, this is something I could see myself doing, and not just me, but I could see many people doing. If after watching the video, you're going to understand exactly what this is, how it works, right, and we'd love to keep things real, right? authentic, be as transparent as a glass of water. One of the questions I had that I received myself, maybe you have it. Well, why would someone, Chuck, Jason, why would someone buy something from you on eBay, for example, when they can get it for $10 cheaper over at Amazon? I hear that question a lot. And now knowing retail as I do, like e-commerce, the reality is, well, why would that same buyer buy it on Amazon when they can go over to Sears or Overstock or whatever, insert retailer here, and get it for even less? The reality is comfort zone. People are familiar with it in a marketplace. It's convenience. They're where they're at. They find what they want it, they're going to buy it, And I'm in a position now even where I'm selling products less than what's being sold on Amazon and other retailers because of the strategies that are taught here. It's advanced stuff to increase your profit. So it's a valid question. It's one I had myself. Maybe someone else has it, right? The reality is it's e-commerce. It's buying low, selling high. It happens all the time. You can get the same product at one price over here, at a different price over here, at a different price over here. The price fluctuations fluctuate daily, right, at various different marketplaces. So, but again, that's kind of outside the boundaries of my point here. My point is that the presentation video, if you think that's concise, wait to see the training videos. It's equally as simple as it makes it sound. The instructions are digestible. It's not like, whoa, what did I just watch? It's awesome. And I had to make that point, Jason, because I've seen, again, a lot of presentation videos that just drag on and on. Can we get to the point finally? Then you watch the whole damn thing and you're like, what is it? What is this thing? I don't think there'll be any confusion here. Again, if you could see yourself doing this, and as my daughter's age, when they reach the age of maybe when someone would get their first job, I've seen people do this, get their kids involved, right? Because it's simple. Like, I'd rather have my kids doing this than go be a waiter or something like that. Something that I did when I had the job. It just provides a lot of flexibility, a lot of time freedom, and obviously, the income's there as well. So, yeah, that's an awesome email. Hit the link, man. Well, man, come on, baby. It's your time. I'm telling you, the timing of this is special. It really is. I just think ahead in 6 months. I mean, I think about this, Jason. The person who gets started now, right, puts their head down, invests the $20, goes through the training, they start making some sales, they make their money back, then they make enough. Again, we're talking about profits here. That's how we roll, right? We don't want you spending money out of your own pocket. We want you earning the money, using your profits as a business would to reinvest in your business and let it grow massively. I get excited thinking, Jason, about the person who's going to make a decision today. Hit the button, get signed up, get started with us, follow the training, and where they're going to be in 6 months, you know what? They're going to be on one of these Hangouts.
That's
and
right.
It's not just one of them. There's going to be a multitude. You know what I mean? Maybe it's you watching right now. I don't know. Again, is it for everybody? Probably not. But is it for anybody that wants to create success, knowing that their chances are pretty damn good, 80 to the tune of 80%? If I've been looking, Jason, I'll tell you this. Let me just say this. All right. Where I was 8 years ago in the job, miserable, stressed out, getting up at the ass crack of dawn, right, sitting in 2 hour, it was insane. 2 hour traffic. Can you imagine that? Thank God for audio tapes, right? But being at this job where I was just watching the clock, couldn't wait to get home. What happened? I'd get home, I'd have a bite to eat, would veg out on the couch or whatever, go to bed, rinse and that was my life. That's not flipping life. I'm keeping it G-rated for our audience, by the way. Yeah. I put myself in that position. If I was in that position, looking for something to get me out of that hell, that reality, and I came across this, hearing what we're hearing, seeing the actual success, watching the video, knowing what it entails, in a heartbeat. And I wouldn't be as biased to say, eBay really? It's e-commerce, man. It's like, think of it as Niagara Falls. All you got to do is hold a cup under there. The glass is going to be full like that. You know what I mean? There's just so much opportunity. It's there for the taking. And, I'm not here to really convince anyone. I'll just tell you, if you're in that position where maybe you need an income yesterday, maybe you're just sick of that reality of living someone else's dream, maybe it's your time, maybe you've tried other things and haven't had success. We're telling you, this is different, okay? From my heart and Jason's heart to yours, it's special here, it's different, and you'll see it for yourself, and you'll see it quickly. We're not talking 6 months down the road, right? We're talking, I don't want to make any promises or any guarantees, but 30 days, you apply yourself for 30 days, and you're diligent, you're going to have success. I'm sorry. Again, I want to put a disclaimer because, we're not average, of course, but you know what? I firmly believe that the information is so condensed and precise and just, straight on accurate, it's almost impossible not to succeed. And trust me, Jason, you know, I've been in other things, and I would never, ever say that because, you know, my conscience would kick in. Here it's just, as they say here in Boston, the proof is in the pudding. Try the pudding. It's really good.
Amen to that, Chuck. Awesome. So thank you so much for all your time, Chuck. Amazing work in your business. I cannot wait to continue, not just to develop our friendship, our business partnership, and, you know, co-coaching, accountability. Dude, I can't wait to be sitting there at 6 figures a month with you in these coming months, dude, because I'm running at it right with you, and we have very similar plans. So, dude, thank you for all your time, and dude, let's go tear it up, and you guys get down below, come join us, have some fun.
Thanks for doing this, Jason. Awesome, man.
Good job, bro.